I don't even want to come in here and mope. Like, it's just like it just feels like it's happening the way it always happens, right? And then we just get angry and we tweet and sign petitions and then we sign a new coach and we're like, but this one is, maybe. And then we got a new quarterback and then we got a new defensive coordinator who's the up and comer. And I just feel like I'm losing my mind. I mean, this is the earliest I've ever stopped watching a Raider game. There was like 10 minutes to go. I turned the channel. I was like, let me watch any other football team with any ounce of heart play these games. Now listen, Raider fans, Raider Nation, my family, my blood. This is going to be a safe space for you to rant and rave in the comments. You want to call people names? Go ahead. You want to call for people's jobs, their heads, their families? I couldn't care less. I will read every single comment and respond to every single one. As long as you guys keep it within the vein of being upset, that's fine. And listen, if you want to be positive and say, well, Tyree Wilson had a sneaky decent game, you can do that too. I'm not going to talk about that because I couldn't give a less of a shit about anything positive that happened in that game. Brian Hoyer starting was one of the biggest missteps ever. And if you flash back to a video that I made a couple weeks ago or a week ago or whatever, I said I would consider starting him because I think he could handle running the offense well enough to be able to beat a backup quarterback. Or no way, I actually said we should start him if Justin Fields plays. Either way, couldn't have been more wrong, but guess what? I'm not paid millions of dollars to make those decisions. And I knew within 3 drives, we might as well throw in Aiden O'Connell. And there was amazing tweets left and right about how we were getting blown out in the second half, and people were saying, well, at least we're getting Brian Hoyer his developmental reps that he always needed. I mean, the fact that Josh McDaniels, who absolutely, positively should not be coaching another game as long as he lives on planet Earth in any ranking of football, from Pee Wee to National Football League, he should never be head coach Josh McDaniels as long as he may live. The fact that he, in the press conference after the game, defended starting Hoyer to the point where he said, no, I'm not second-guessing anything. This isn't the preseason anymore. Josh, that looked worse than the preseason with Brian Hoyer out there. And listen, you're not going to come here to find any breaking news. We're all saying the same things, right? Here's what I will say. What do we need to do to turn this thing around? I think we need to find a coach out there that's got a little bit of juice. And to be honest with you, I think the next head coach is going to be the offensive coordinator of the team that we play next week in the Detroit Lions. If you don't know who Ben Johnson is, look it up. Watch the Detroit Lions play offense, save for last week. He's a young, up-and-coming guy with Dan Campbell's blood inside of him. And I think that's the guy that needs to take over. I don't even know what to say. I'm looking at this picture of Brian Hoyer starting, and I just can't believe that we're in this universe. The fact that he thought he needed to start Hoyer and have him on the roster to begin with, a guy that knows the playbook better than anyone, who can't throw the ball anymore. Guys, Jimmy Garoppolo knows the playbook. He could teach everybody on planet Earth the playbook. We don't need Brian Hoyer to also teach people. And listen, if you think that my energy's low here, listen, I feel great. I'm not sick anymore. My energy's low because it doesn't seem worth it to blow up on these guys because we all are thinking the same thing. Josh McDaniels absolutely, without question, needs to go. You don't know how to utilize one of the best running backs in the league. You don't know how to utilize one of the best receivers in the league. You don't know how to utilize Hunter Renfrow. You don't know how to utilize the second best tight end to come out in the last however many years of Michael Mayer. You don't know how to get the right coordinators to call the right defensive plays. The offensive line is not great. Nothing is good. Solid, average. It's all bad. And I'm sick and tired of being on the wrong and right side of the most crazy, unbelievable games you've ever seen. From us losing to Jeff Saturday and Tyson Badgett to us beating the Patriots with a Jacoby Myers, lateral that saved us the game. I don't want to be a part of any sort of win that has any sort of historical significance other than us absolutely killing somebody. I hate it. It's time to change everything. And people who are calling for Mark Davis to sell the team, may I remind you that when we hired Josh McDaniels, a lot of people, including myself, not everybody, thought it was a good hire. And before that, the John Gruden thing, it started to work. So it's not like he's not trying to get after the biggest names possible to fix this place. And Jim Harbaugh might be the next person on that list. I don't think this is on Mark Davis, to be completely honest with you. He is trying, and listen, if he fires Josh McDaniels right now, he sends a message, but he probably doesn't want to be the guy to fire people in the middle of the season because he just did that with John Gruden, even though his hand was forced. It's a disaster. It's a mess. I don't know where we go from here. I'll tell you this much. We have to start Aiden O'Connell the rest of the season. We're not making the playoffs, and if we do make the playoffs, whoop-de-doo, we'll get mollywopped by the Bills, the Dolphins, the Jets, anybody in the AFC North. We'll get killed. We'll get destroyed by the Jags. Houston will probably take our lunch money. I mean, start the rookie, see what you got. If he plays well and we go 500 the rest of the year, keep Devontae, run it back, draft some more guys, sign some more guys, go with Aiden O'Connell. If he stinks up the joint, trade Devontae, let Josh go, draft the quarterback, Penix, Drake May, Caleb Williams, who's ever there. Just take him in the first round, please, God. I don't know if I'd get rid of Ziegler just yet. I don't hate what he did with the personnel. But it's tough to have a GM already in place with a new head coach. So we'll see if they get Ben Johnson. Maybe they keep Ziegler, and I don't hate that. But for right now, I want Josh McDaniels gone. I want him out of the facility, locked out, Chandler Jones style, Labor Day. Ever heard of it? And I want just anything that is different from what we're watching right now. I got nothing else to say. It's all on you guys now. Just please rant and rave in the comments, because it won't fall on deaf ears like some Bleacher Report app or some tweet that nobody will see. I will see it, and I'm here for you, and I love you. Please be sure to subscribe. It is free after all, no charge to you, and I'll see you next time. We're going to lose by 100 to the Lions.